What is your 2 cents on Rodgers potentially returning? What are you hearing right now? Mid-December, really? I mean, is that really possible?
What's funny about it, Rich, is like just the conversations that I had on Aaron and where he's at physically. They were people with the Jets were very careful about putting any sort of date on it, but you always got the idea they were more optimistic than you wanted to believe, if that makes sense. Like it was like I remember like, oh well, you guys would have to get in the playoffs. It's like, well, maybe he could help us get in the playoffs. So you got like little hints along the way that they didn't want to put it on him, like and say like, yes, he'll be back week 14. Yes, he'll be back week 15. They didn't want to put any of the pressure on Rodgers that way. But you got little hints that things were going really well in his rehab to the point where they felt good about the possibility that he could get himself back in there. And now it's on the team, to get themselves in a position where it's worth it for him to come back, right? Like, because I think we can agree that's the big thing here. The one thing that does help the Jets too, the AFC is not nearly as strong as we thought it would be. Cincinnati's fought through the Burrow thing. Buffalo isn't as good as we thought they'd be. The Jaguars look great. Then they get smacked by the Niners last week. So, I mean, is it possible that a 9-8 team could get in the AFC playoffs? And I think that that's more of a possibility than we ever would have thought it would have been 2 months ago when the conference just looked stacked. You've got to get past the Browns, who now are going to be starting Dorian Thompson-Robinson at quarterback. You got to get past the Raiders, who have an interim coach. Like, it's not as daunting a path to the playoffs as it looked like it would be, which again I think is another reason why the door would be open for Rodgers to maybe push it a little bit as far as coming back earlier than people expected.
Yeah, the problem is, as you mentioned, to a couple teams, one that they're going to be playing in Cleveland, one that they've already lost to in the Raiders, and another team they lost to in the Chargers. These are the teams that you're going to have to fight for that 7th spot or maybe 6th spot, and you got to start winning games on that front. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.